Okay, perfect. All right. Today we're going to do our last day of division because we've done the quiz on it the other day. Today will be this last day of it, so we're on section 4.8, dividing. So dividing decimals. So this is our last day of it. We'll kind of move on from here. And so goal today, we're going to do a couple examples of division. I'm going to leave them on the board. I'm going to let you guys do a little bit of homework on this. As you guys are working on it, I think it's 5 problems in your homework, 6 problems in your homework. Once we're through these 6 examples, or my 2 examples I should say, I'll give you time for work on homework, and then we're going to pull back and do one more note. We're going to intro what we're doing tomorrow or Monday, weather permitting. Okay? Big thing here, long division, making sure that you know how to set it up. Now I did give you guys calculators to double check your answers, but that means you need to make sure you have your multiplication sheet out in front of you, okay? Because you're going to need that first. As you guys are working, I might even, once you guys are actually working, I might hand out your quiz that we took the other day, and then I'll let you guys see scores, and we'll go through that maybe at the end of class today. But I'll give you about 10 to 15 minutes a day to work, not very long, because we'll give you some time tomorrow to work. The homework will be due Monday. We do have an assignment that was due earlier this week. That was page 104. I think all of you have that turned in, so that's good. And that'll be in the grade book as well. So, but we're going to do a couple examples of long division, which remember the key words here: dividend, divisor, and remainder. These are the main words that we've been using. Now the big thing was we don't want to have a remainder. You have to keep going if you have one. So we're going to kind of look at that. Now remember, your answer today, what we're looking for is called the quotient. So these are the main vocab words that we should know. But again, goal today, do a couple examples. If we get done with this today, these examples will give you kind of work. Then we'll pull it back at the end of class. We'll kind of intro what we're going to go into next, and we'll kind of review that quiz we took. So that's kind of the idea today. But let's do a couple examples. And now the examples I'm going to pull are directly out of your book. So they actually could be one of your homework problems. So let's pull one up here. So we have 2.022, and we're going to divide by 0.06. So get out of here.
If you say that, I know it is.
Get out of here. What are you guys doing? Alright.
Nice try though.
Alright. Okay, I'll let you write this down. So write down this example, that way you have some actual examples to look at. So have your notes out.
I hate this.
Okay. Alright. Which number needs to go in the house?
The 2.
2. Yep, it's the front number, so that goes in the house. So 2.022. On the outside is 0.06. Now, what do you guys remember about dividing? What's the rule?
0 stuff.
What do we have to do with the decimal?
Move it.
Move it. How many spots are we going to move it on the outside? 2 spots. So we'll move it 2. So it's going to be a 6 with a decimal after it. On the inside, how many spots are you going to move it?
2.
2. You have to move it the same amount. Yep. So when you move your decimal on the inside, this is where it's going to be.
It's going to be between.
Because, yep, you got to move it back 2 spots just like the outside. The outside actually tells you if you have to move it or not. So if you, on the outside, if you have to move it 3 spots, move the decimal on the inside 3 spots. We'll kind of look at another example of that here in a second. But that's kind of the idea, okay? Now, continuing on with this answer, okay? What number can I take times 6 that gets me closest to 2?
Oh, just gonna sit right here, and then I'll be good.
I can't find my thing.
So 6 gets closest to 2. The number 2. Without going over. 6
oh, wait, no.
to 2. Not 20, 2.
Oh,
6 into 2. What do I take times 6 to get me? Closest to 2 without going over.
0.
0, you can't do it. Now, go to 20. Go to 20. 6 goes into 20 how many times? Or gets closest to it?
18.
18. That's as close as I can get, which is what? 6 times 3? So the 3 goes above the house. So now when you subtract, what's 20 minus 18?
2.
2. And you bring down the next number, which is 2. Alright. So now we're at 22. How close can 6 get to 22?
18.
18. That's as close as I can get, which is 6 times 3. Okay? And when you subtract 22 minus 18, you get a 4. Okay? It's $22 minus 18. You bring down the next number, which is 2, so 42.
7.
7 times exactly. And so we get a remainder of 0, which is awesome. That's what we want. And we had to put a 7 up above. This decimal has to come straight up. So your answer is this. That's your final answer, 33.7. Again, I don't need the 0 out front. I just put it there for placeholder. Decimals go straight up. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do another example here so you can kind of see this.
What are you gonna do?
Take it with him.
0.009. We're going to divide
Matt, when it tells you
0.
just a little more.
Yeah.
315. Alright, that'll work.
He is a tall kid, you know.
Alright.
There you go.
Okay, so I've already set it up for you. We have to move the decimal on the outside, right?
Well, the outside number is obviously just going to be a 9
9, but how many spots do I have to move that decimal?
all the way to the...
All the
other
way,
side.
right? So how many spots is that?
3.
3. So you have to move the decimal on the inside 3. Same thing, because the outside tells you how many you move on the inside. So really, this is my number now, on the inside. You move the decimal 3 spots to the back. Does that make sense now?
10 times easier.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, makes the numbers a lot smaller. All right, so now, how many times can 9 go into 3?
0.
0 times, okay? 9 goes into 31. Close as you can get to 31.
Oh, shoot.
27.
That's what I forgot.
27, okay, so 27, we'll subtract. And 9 times 3 is 27, by the way.
Yep.
All right, so 27, so 31 minus 27,
37 minus 27.
yeah, 4. You bring down the next number, which is 5. So now 9 goes into 45.
5.
Exactly 5.
5 times exactly, so that's nice. We got a remainder of a 0, so we can stop. We don't need to drop any zeros down. But that was a 5, and this decimal goes straight up. So your answer is 0.35. Okay?
I think I'm actually right. Because
Alright.
now that I know that we have to move this.
We talked about that the last, what, 3
Forgot
days?
that part.
We wrote that down the last, 3 days in a row. Okay, so let me give you some homework problems. You only have 6 problems a day. This will be due on Monday. Monday. So we have page 110, numbers 1 through 6, exercise E. So it's 6 problems.
1 man. Ah!
Page 110. So,
110. That's one of our
I
problems.
feel like we do.
I saw
feel
it.
like every homework we do is on page 110.
yeah, it's around 100. I think the book only goes up to 200, so in the hundreds a lot. This chapter only has been in the hundreds.
Are you sure? Are you sure we have that much? I already got one.
Okay, but there you go.
Are you sure? Are you sure we're gonna have like 10 to 15 minutes today? Because it.
Okay, here's what we're going to be going into tomorrow. It's called scientific notation. Okay,
It's a mistake.
so scientific notation. Now, what this is, it's a way of writing really big numbers really, really small. What I mean by that, so watch how this works. So let's say you have a number like
Oh, good.
so let's say that you had this number, right? That's 3 trillion. Okay, this is 3 trillion. Okay, how to write this smaller? Here's how you do it. The decimal's in the back, and what we're going to learn tomorrow is that you can move it all the way to the front, like this, and then put a 10 behind it with a power, a number that goes in the power. And that's how long you can write your numbers. You can like shorten them up so they're really short. Okay?
What the heck are we going from dividing to that?
Yeah, so the idea is that we're going to be using this for multiplying and dividing because you're going to get really small numbers sometimes or really big numbers, and we're going to be converting. So that's a great question. So tomorrow is to show you the tie-in between multiplying and dividing. So it's to show you like why would we need this? That's what we're going to do tomorrow. It's a very simple concept. All right, since you guys are still working on the homework, I'm going to hand back some of your pages here that I have for you that are graded. Okay, Make sure, Eric, make sure you're getting your late work turned in for me.
Yep.
There you go. Here's your quizzes you guys just took recently and your recent homework. Remember, you can always make fixes on the homework, so make sure you're doing that. If you borrowed a calculator from me, make sure I get it back. Your grade book is up to date as of this moment. Everything's in, so if you turned it in, it's in the grade book, so you can kind of see. So don't throw anything away in case a score goes missing every now and then. But I think everything is entered. Eric, this one's yours as well. One you can make some fixes on if you need to. So there you go. So pretty easy. Calculators, if you borrowed some of mine, which I think you guys do, make sure you get them in the back, please. I need those for my next couple classes. They need calculators. So.
Yeah, I put mine back. I'm already done.